staff members of RTA. Today is March, wait a minute, I got the wrong one. Oh my gosh. I apologize. I pulled the incorrect agenda. It's anywhere you can send me the correct.
Absolutely. Give me 1 minute.
I wonder if I could sit over there on that
Thank
table.
you, thank you. I apologize. I was overwhelmed on my.
You are good, Mr. Chair. No worries.
Here we go. Click here for agenda. It's embarrassing. I didn't save it, so I apologize.
No need to apologize, Chair. You're good.
I think it just came in. Here we go. Hey, I got it now. All right, we're in. Thank you very, very much for that. And I apologize to all the directors. As I was reading the agenda, I find out that I didn't save the correct one. So please accept my apologies. Good afternoon. It is 1:01 p.m. and April 7th. Thank you, directors, for logging into this meeting. And I'm going to call the agenda to order. I would like to call the Board Administration Operation Committee meeting order at 1:02. I apologize for that again. Thank you for joining Board Administration and Operation Committee meeting today, Wednesday, April 7. Before we begin with today's business, please ensure that all you are in a quiet environment and in background noise. Please mute all of your devices. Call up by the chair, the clerk to speak. So let me do that myself. Okay, John, would you please read the special directions for COVID-19?
On March 4, 2020, Governor Newsom proclaimed a state of emergency in California as a result of the threat of COVID-19. Public gatherings are to be limited. Further, on March 18, 2020, Governor Newsom temporarily suspended the Brown Act requirements pertaining to telephonic conferencing of local government meetings and the requirement to have at least one physical location available to the public for purposes of attending the meeting. As such, RTA has opted to conduct the April 7, 2021 Administration and Operations Committee meeting via teleconference.
Thank you very much, Jan. Let's move to self-introductions for today's meetings. We will take roll call. Will clerk please take roll call?
Yeah. Alonso Ledesma, City of San Jacinto.
Here.
Jim Steiner, City of Corona.
Here.
Jerry Sinsich, County of Riverside, District 1.
Here.
Karen Spiegel, County of Riverside, District 2. Brian Berkson, City of Jurupa Valley.
Here.
David Marquez, City of Moreno Valley.
Here.
Scott Vinton, City of Murrieta.
Here.
Andy Melendrez, City of Riverside.
Here.
Zach Schwank, City of Temecula.
I'm here.
Chair, you have a quorum. Members, please remember to remute your device.
Thank you very much, Jan, once again. Jan, would you please take RTA staff attendance?
Yes, thank you, Chair. Larry Rubio.
Here.
Charlie Ramirez.
Here.
Tom Franklin.
Here.
Laura Camacho. Here. Natalie Saragosa. Here. Rick Majors.
Here.
Kristen Morsinski. Here. Rick Kazarowski.
Here.
Jim Neepkins.
Here.
Yesenia Felix. Here. Thank you, Chair Ledesma.
Thank you very much for taking your valuable time to get away from all your duties to attend to this meeting. Okay, next, item number 3, public comments, non-agenda items. John, would you please read the directions for public comments?
Yes. Members of the public may address the board regarding any item within the subject matter jurisdiction of the board. However, no action may be taken on off-agenda items unless authorized by law. Comments shall be limited to matters not listed on the agenda. Members of the public may comment on any matter listed on the agenda at the time that the board considers that matter. Each person's presentation is limited to a maximum of 3 minutes. And Chair Ledesma, I did receive a request to speak in writing from Keith White, who asked his comment be read by staff.
Great. Would you please take reading on that comment?
Yes. Dear committee members, I hope you all had a great Easter weekend. Just wanted to let you know I took Chair Krupa's comments to heart and will be going into the hospital for some preventative screening tests next month. I don't have a date, but ask you keep me in your prayers. Once I've finished that screening, I will be able to get my vaccination. I attended a virtual ADA meeting at the end of March, and it was great to see everybody there after almost a year. I've been back volunteering at my church and take the Route 29 to get there. The morning driver I have is wonderful, always says good morning, and always makes sure I can board the bus without having to cross a busy street. She got to see me all dressed up on Sunday. I felt so humbled helping first-time visitors. Please be safe out there and wear your mask. Thank you for your time. Sincerely, Keith White.
Thank you, John, and thank you, Kit, for your comments. Is there anyone else online that would like to speak? Any comments on this item not listed on the agenda? Anybody else, John?
I don't see anyone. No, Chair.
Thank you. Hearing none, the public comments for this item not listed on the agenda is now closed. Okay, next item, item number 4, approved minutes for March 3rd, 21, Administration and Operation Committee meeting. Does anyone have a comments? Does anyone make a motion to approve?
Move approval.
District 1, second.
Okay, I think Andy was first.
Either way.
Okay, and District 1 second. Okay, are there there are no's? Are there any abstentions? Here none, motion has passed. Okay, next item, our item number 5, consent calendar. All items on the consent calendar will be approved by one motion, and there will be no listed discussion on individual item unless a board member or member of public requests to speak, item to be pulled from calendar for separate discussion. Does any committee member wishes to pull any item for discussion? Does any member of the public wishes to pull any item for discussion? Hear none? Okay, consent item A and B are received and filed. Okay, next item, item number 6, authorization to enter into restate and amend integracy service agreement number 16-061 between Riverside Transit Agency and Sunlight Transit Agency. Sanity, I hope I got your name right. Sanity Zaragoza will present.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Shirley.
Santa Lee, I'm sorry. Got it right.
No worries. Thank you much, Shirley Desmond. My name again is Natalie Zaragoza,
Natalie.
and I am the agency's Chief Procurement and Logistics Officer. The item before you this afternoon is request for authorization to amend RTA's existing interagency agreement with the Sunline Transit Agency. Sunline Transit, who operates transit service in the eastern portion of Riverside County, plans to initiate a new commuter service in July of this year, the Route 10. This route will provide transportation between Indio and San Bernardino County, making stops at the CSUSD Palm Desert Campus, Beaumont, at the CSUSD San Bernardino Campus, and then ending at the San Bernardino Metrolink station. Sunline's new Route 10 is a premium or limited stop commuter service with higher base fares. This new route will have 2 transfer points in common with RTA's Route 31, which is a regular non-premium route, and the RTA's Route 200, which is a premium or commuter service. The Sunline staff contacted RTA to propose an amendment of the current agreement to add the details of the planned transfers between RTA and Sunline's new premium service. As is customary with other agencies, when a passenger transfers from one system to the next, they have paid the fare for the route they first boarded, and once they transfer, they may pay an extra transfer fee for the route they transfer onto. For both agencies, the transfer fee is the difference between the base fare and the premium fare. For RTA, it is $1.75, which is the difference between a CommuterLink premium service route cost of $3.50 and RTA's general fare of $1.75. For Sunline, their transfer fee is $5, which is the difference between their new Route 10 premium fare of $6 and their general fare of $1. Note that the same principle applies for the agency's reduced fares, whether it's a senior, veteran, youth, and/or disabled rate. For example, a senior transfer fee of $2 is the difference between a senior premium fare of $2.75 and the senior general fare of 75 cents. Whether or not a transfer fare will be needed is dependent upon the route first taken and the route that the passenger transfers onto. The only time a transferring passenger does not pay a transfer fee, that passenger boards a regular or non-premium service route and then transfers to another regular or non-premium service route. To put that concept differently, when passengers present another agency's fare media to the RTA operator on the bus, that fare media is buying them a base general fare only on the RTA bus. Thus, if they are boarding a premium service with a higher fare, they will need to pay the difference. As stated in the staff report before you today, it is difficult to determine the fiscal impact without ridership information. However, it is assumed that generally speaking, fares not collected by RTA from transferring passengers going one way will likely be collected as full fares when that same passenger makes the return trip. Therefore, the action before you today is to approve and recommend this item to the full Board of Directors for their consideration as follows. Authorize staff to enter into a restated and amended interagency service agreement number 16061 between Riverside Transit Agency and Sunline Transit Agency. Chair, that concludes our presentation.
Thank you very much, and please accept my apologies. Now I got my screen all fixed. I had the letters very little because the email came in and I just opened it up and I started the meeting. But Natalie, please accept my apologies for mispronounce your name. Thank you very, very much for the presentation. Are there any questions from committee members? Go ahead, Andy.
Thank you, Chair. I have a question. It's just a clarifying question. The route with the Sunline stops in San Bernardino. At one point, we had a Sunline that came into Riverside. Is this one going to be changing that? In other words, it'll go into San Bernardino, and then from there, RTA will pick them up on the 200 line and bring individuals to Riverside. Is that kind of what the change is, or will the Sunline still be bringing in a line into our downtown area? It's just a more of a clarifying question.
Director Melendrez, that's a great question. So Sunline, the route you're speaking about is the 220, and Sunline actually canceled that route almost a year ago, last May. There wasn't any ridership on it. If you'll remember, with our budget, we canceled the 210, which was the pair, the sort of the partner to that we ran. But essentially what you're saying is correct. The Route 10 passengers would ride from the Coachella Valley to San Bernardino, and if they wanted to come into Riverside, they could come on the 200. They could also transfer at Beaumont to the 31 and come this direction on our Route 31 as well. Correct. Okay, and the second part of my question, because we have the 200 route coming from San Bernardino into downtown Riverside, is that going to replace any of the Omnitran routes that bounce back between Riverside and San Bernardino? I have not heard of Omnitrans making any adjustments to their 215. That's the 215 that they run between the two cities, and at this time, I haven't heard of them adjusting that.
Okay, and again, those are just curiosity questions. I don't have anything else. I'll move approval on this item, Chair.
Corona seconds.
Thank you. Here, for in second, any abstentions?
Chair, I'm sorry, could I ask a question?
I'm sorry, yes, go ahead. Go ahead, Scott.
Thank you. Natalie, real quick, are the only changes to the agreement sections A and B of Article 5 under transfer?
If those are the sections about the transfer, yes, you are correct. Yes, you are correct.
Okay, thank you. I just want to confirm that. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Any more questions from committee members? Or comments? All right, here first and a second. Are there any abstentions? Any noes? Okay, motion has passed. Thank you. Next item, item number 7, resolution authorize filing application for fiscal year 2021 low carbon transit operations program, LCTOP fund for the $5 fire promotion. Christine Siski, would you present this item?
Yes, good afternoon, Chair Ledesma, members of the committee. My name is Kristen Rosinski, and I'm the Director of Planning. The item before you today is a request to approve the application for FY21 LCTOP funds for the $5 fare promotion. The Cap and Trade LCTOP is one of several programs established by Senate Bill 862, which was signed in 2014. It is a formulaic program and funded by continuous appropriations of 5% of the yearly earnings of the Greenhouse Gas Reduction Fund. The program is administered by Caltrans in coordination with the California Air Resource Board and the State Controller's Office. The focus of this program is to provide capital and operating assistance to transit agencies with the goal of reducing greenhouse gas emissions, improving mobility, and there is an emphasis on disadvantaged communities. Projects are required to be fully funded and should increase transit ridership. The agency has been apportioned $1.2 million of FY21 LCTOP funds. A resolution approved by the Board of Directors is required to submit this grant application. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, RTA's ridership has decreased approximately 70%. To promote a return to public transportation, staff is recommending utilizing the funds for the following program. $1,167,000 to fund a $5 30-day pass promotion in the month of October 2021. Passengers will be able to purchase the 30-day pass for only $5 and use it for all fixed route services, including the commuter links. Participants would have unlimited use for the 30 days from the date of activation or until November 30th, whichever comes first. Passes will be primarily sold on the mobile ticketing app to drive usage of mobile ticketing. For dial-a-ride passengers, a $5 10 ticket book will be sold, and they will have through November 30th as well to use those 10 tickets. The agency is also requesting $33,000 to be used towards marketing expenses to promote this program. With low ridership being a prominent issue throughout the pandemic, anything that can be done to encourage a mode shift back to public transportation will be important in the coming fiscal year. This promotion will help the agency build ridership by encouraging both new and existing riders to use public transportation and to take more trips. In order to capture long-term ridership, it's going to be important that the agency be able to efficiently meet an increase in demand so that new and returning passengers have a positive experience. Therefore, this project is contingent on the agency having sufficient capacity on its vehicles. Staff will evaluate ridership and capacity in the coming months, and this promotion will be delayed if service can't meet demand. So basically, we don't want people to come back to RTA or to try RTA for the first time and then run into an issue where they can't board the bus. We want them to have a positive experience so that we can capture them as long-term riders. The fiscal impact. The FY21 LCTOP grant will provide a total of $1,167,000 in fare revenue to the agency for the month of October 2021 and fund $33,000 worth of marketing expenses. The recommendation before you is to approve and recommend this item to the full Board of Directors for their consideration as follows. Approve resolution number 2021-04 and authorize the board chair to execute the resolution on behalf of the agency, and authorize the chief executive officer or assigned designee to file the application and execute the certifications and assurances. Thank you, Mr. Chair. That concludes my presentation.
Thank you, Kristen. Are there any questions from committee members? Go ahead,
Moreno
Scott.
Valley.
Go ahead, Scott, and then I'll go to you, David.
Thank you very much. Kristen, thank you for the report. I think this is a good thing. A couple of questions for you. Is there any concern that the grant may not be accepted due to it being a promotional or temporary use?
No, actually, LC-TOP funds, they like you to use it for fair programs. So if you remember last month, we approved the extension of the youth and college programs. It's the same funding program. This is formula funds for RTA, so as long as we can show a greenhouse gas reduction, then I don't have any concerns. So I think we'll be good.
Great. And the second question is, if once we evaluate the ridership and decide to delay, would that affect the grant if we delay it?
No, we would have to work with Caltrans staff, and they've been really understanding throughout the pandemic. We've had some other adjustments we've had to make for previous projects that we have as well. So they've indicated that if we run into issues and we have to put it off, that we can work with them and they'll allow us to do that.
Very good. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, David.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. Yeah, Scott, I had the same question there, but I got a second one. The sporting events in Anaheim on our commuter link buses, staff, this is probably addressed to you. Under this program, are we going to be able to use that to restart our commuter link to Disneyland, Angel Stadium, Ducks, Honda Center? Is this going to be able to be used for that? The pass for $5?
Director Marquez, yes, the pass will be valid on the Commuter Link 200 that we are running right now. So they will be able to use that to go to Disneyland and to the sporting events.
Oh, okay, that was my second question. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Any more questions from committee members? Okay, are there any questions from the public?
Yes, Chair Ledesma. I received a request to speak from Keith White. I'm sorry, Chair.
No, go ahead and read it for us, please. Thank you, John. Public.
Yes, so from Keith White. Good afternoon, committee members. I love this idea to try to get our passengers back on board. This was great news for me too. Please approve this item. Thank you very much. Sincerely, Keith White.
Well, thank you, Keith, and thank you, John, for reading this request. Is there anyone else online that would like to make a comment on this item?
I'd like to make the motion.
Okay, your motion.
Murrieta, a second.
Marquez. And second, John, you get that name?
Murrieta.
Okay.
I got it. Yes.
Okay, any no's? Any abstentions? Okay, motion has passed. Next item, item number 8, board member comments. So we're going to go to Scott.
I have nothing to add today. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, let's go to Jim Steiner.
Nothing from me, sir.
Thank you, David.
Yes, Chair.
Thank you.
This Saturday at the St. Christopher Church, located in Moreno Valley off of Paris and Cottonwood. Supervisor Jeff Hewitt is going to have a food giveaway. It's one of the largest ones that we've had in the district or in the region in quite a while. I encouraged everyone to go onto his website and get some more information. I believe it starts at 10 o'clock on this Saturday. Anybody in need of food, want them to come out and pick up some food. No questions asked, drive through, pick up your food and leave. So you can pass that on to your residents, and we welcome anybody who needs to have food. Thank you.
Thank you. Zach?
Thank you, Chair. Nothing from me. I just hope everyone's doing well and look forward to seeing y'all in person very soon. Thanks.
Thank you. Jerry?
Oh, nothing from me, Mr. Chair.
Andy?
And nothing from me. Everybody stay safe.
All right, did I miss any other directors?
Brian Bergson, I'm not on video, but nothing from myself as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Rick? Okay, I hope I don't miss anybody else. Okay, let's go to item number 9, announcements of staff. Larry, do you have any announcements?
Mr. Chairman, I don't have any announcements. Thank you.
Thank you. Next item, item number 10, the next meeting of the Board Administration and Operation Committee is scheduled Wednesday, May the 5th at 1 p.m. Meeting adjourned at 1:26. Thank you very, very much all. I don't have any comments myself. Thank you for joining and thank you for your valuable time.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good to see everybody.
See you. Thank you. And I apologize for pick up the wrong agenda, not the wrong agenda, but my my own agenda here. Thank you.